The road to a successful product business is not one size fits all, and you do not have to go the traditional route. In this video, we'll be talking about 2 alternative business models that you can consider if you're just starting your business journey or you're starting over. The first alternative business model is dropshipping. The only difference between this and a traditional business model is that you, the business owner, do not own or store any of your inventory on hand. So basically, you'll set up your store completely online, but you never make that purchase or create any inventory for your store. Instead, only after collecting payment for an order to your store, you'd use that same money and purchase the item from either a supplier or a vendor. And when you purchase that item from your vendor or supplier, you give them your customer's name and address, and the supplier sends the item directly to your customer without your involvement. So who is this business model for? This business model is best for individuals who cannot afford to at the time of starting, or who just simply do not want to store inventory in person. And this type of business model usually does not require much money up front because you, the business owner, never make that large purchase of inventory or use funds to create your products that you will sell. This business model is also perfect for individuals who do not want to take on the risk of having inventory on hand and later feeling frustrated with having to sell it. But on the downside, if you consider this business model, don't think of it as an easier route per se, because there is a lot of research that is required specifically upfront. Some of the things that you're going to have to research are the products itself. You still want to research and collect samples from your vendor or your supplier just to make sure that the product's quality is up to par and what you expect it to be. You also want to make sure as your business is going that the supplier maintains the quality of your product. So you want to do periodical checks on the product just to make sure that everything is going as best as possible. And you also want to make sure that the packaging that the vendor is sending the products to your customer in is something that match and align with your business, especially because that's a part of the business that you won't be directly involved in. Also, depending on where your vendor or supplier is located, your customer may experience a longer than usual wait time to receive their products. And you also want to make sure that you have good customer service, because there's a lot of the business that you won't be directly involved in. So you need to be able to easily communicate with your customers and let them know what they can expect, and also give them comfort and reassurance that you will be able to communicate quickly with them if they have any questions. And I don't know if I mentioned what traditional means when I say the traditional route. That basically means where you would go in, buy a product for X amount of dollars, and then resell it for a higher price, and you yourself would more than likely have that inventory or that product on hand. So that's what I mean by traditional. The second business model that you can consider is private labeling. So I think that this is a great alternative from the business owner that does not want to go into dropshipping, but also does not want to be involved with the long time that it takes to create a product, and I'll explain that in a moment. The private label business model is best for businesses that simply do not want the time and hassle of creating their products themselves, and they instead want to simply put their logo or their labels on a product that already exists. This is a bit different from dropshipping because you have more of a hands-on experience and a hands-on effort with the product creation and with things like branding and packaging, but you still aren't using as much of the time when it comes to creating a product from scratch. And the best part is that there are private label companies that already have your product in stock, and you would simply sift through a catalog or a list of their existing products, and then you would add your label to the product. And also, depending on the services that this company offers, they too may be able to receive your orders and ship the product directly to your customers, allowing you yourself to not have the inventory on hand. So this business model is specifically good if you have an idea to create a product, but you don't want to continuously test and test to see if this product is something that you want to do, or you don't want to spend as much time testing a product over and over to make sure that you release the perfect product. That's because the perfect product already exists. This business model works specifically well for cosmetic brands who want to include or add a variety of products to their business, but they aren't willing to spend the time to formulate products themselves. This business model can also work for businesses like a candle business or even a clothing line, where you would, like I said, go through a catalog of scents and colors and shapes and varieties that already exist, that are already sitting in a warehouse and have already been tested, and you would add your labels to them. So instead of mixing and creating your own edge controls or your candles or your creams and face creams and body mists, what you would do is instead go through a catalog of a specific business, make any tweaks if necessary, and that's another one of the benefits or differences between dropshipping and private labeling, is that you have the ability to make tweaks or changes and remove different parts of the product so it meets your brand's requirements specifically. Being able to do that allows you to add a face mist, for example, to your cosmetic line very quickly, because you know the face mist already exists, it's already been tested, and it can do what needs to be done as a product, and all you have to do now is contact the company and have them add your labels to the mist, and then you would very quickly add that mist to your business. Sometimes you may be required to make a full inventory purchase of the product. So let's say you decide to private label some candles. That business or that company may require you to make an inventory purchase, which makes it different from drop shipping. So you may have to actually receive a large shipment of the items, although it's been created for you. But sometimes these companies offer, like I said earlier, the ability for you to send the items directly to your customers without your involvement. At the end of the day, it does allow you to skip a lot of the manufacturing time that it takes to create the perfect product. But regardless of which business model you choose, you still are not going to be able to skip key foundational steps, because at the end of the day, you still have to promote and sell your products. You're still going to need a plan to attract your target audience and ideal customer, collect their information, and sell to them. You're still going to need to build trust, communicate to them on and off of social media, and you're still going to need to be able to have some sort of consistency and consistent presence in your business. By the way, if you're new to business or you're just starting out and you want to learn the important marketing and sales steps that you should take regardless of the business model that you choose, I have a free new business workshop available right now that you can register for. Just simply go ahead and go into the description box and hit the first link, and you'll be able to register for that. I hope this video helped you. It was super short and straight and to the point, but the purpose of this video was to make sure that you know that there are other business models that you can take that are different from the traditional route that you may be used to, and I hope it helped. The link to that free business training is below. You can go ahead and check that out. If you haven't as yet, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload another video. And if you like this video, you'll probably like my other video on the 7 steps to starting your business for the first time. I'll link it on the screen, and I'll see you there.